Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Christine. Yeah, it's very overcast today, so I can't film over there, and plus I hurt my tailbone. And it's supposed to rain for the next week, so this is the only time I get to film, so sorry about the background. I've been sick, which is why I didn't, sick and busy, which is why I didn't come on last week. Lots of stuff with our vans. A little bit with the daughter. Her tires were slashed the other night. And I think my Synthroid is now kicking in, so it's making the Ozempic kick in, which is making all the side effects kick in. So I think that's why I'm sick. So I might be going off the Ozempic. I've lost like almost 10 pounds in a week. So yeah. Not really the way I want to lose them though. So anyways, I finished 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books in the last 2 weeks. And yeah, so the first one was The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. I gave this a 3. It's like concentration camps for X-Men, sort of. All these kids, there's either a virus that kills them or they change into like having powers on their 10, like in between, usually around the age of 10. So she gets put into this camp because her parent, she can wipe people's minds like empty of all thought of her. So she gets put into this camp. Yeah, and then gets broken out and meets up with a bunch of other people that are like her. I didn't like the way it ended, and I gave it a 3. It kind of dragged for me. Like it didn't need to be this long, honestly. So there's that one. And then I read The Luckiest Girl Alive by Jessica Knoll. I gave this a 2. Yeah, I didn't like her as a character. She was trying to be something she wasn't because she thought she had to. Yeah. She wasn't a very nice character at all. In fact, I don't even remember much of it. Like, I remember it, but that she's engaged to a man who's got money, and she wants to live that life, but she doesn't want to live it with him. And she's got this secret in her life. Yeah. I know I'm being vague, but yeah, she's in like a private school when she's younger. Things happen there. It's not that memorable of a book. Yeah, so 2. Sorry, I'm vague. Then I think I finished Years by LaVarl Spencer. I gave that a 4. Mine was a different copy, but this is about a girl who's a new out-of-school teacher. She's just 18. She moves to the small town to be a teacher, and the person that she's supposed to stay with is 16 years her senior, I think. He's 34 to her 18. So at first he's like, no woman is living in my house. He's very crusty, cranky. He's got a 16-year-old son from his first wife who is gone. And so it takes place in 1917. Sorry. But sometimes it reads as 1917 or the 1800s. And sometimes it reads as 1980 when it was written. So yeah, the age difference is the romance, the two. I really liked his mother. She was a card. They're from Norway. So yeah, some of them don't know how to read English because they've only known Norwegian. And At first, it's kind of because of their Norwegian customs, and she's put off by some of them. She loves the food, but when she finds out what it is, she she grosses out, and it's funny. But the one thing that irked me about this book is she was constantly talking to her imaginary friend Lawrence out loud. And she was always in this make-believe world. She was very naive for an 18-year-old. Mind you, it is 1917. So, yeah, but living on like a prairie farm back then and what they had to deal with, and then the Spanish influenza that came through, that was heartbreaking. So, yeah, I gave it a 4. And then I finished Never Never by Colleen Hoover and Tarryn Fisher. And did I give this a 4? I think I gave it a 4. Yeah, I liked it. This is about 2 teenagers who lose their memory every 48 hours of each other, but not of the world. They remember celebrities, they remember music, they remember how to use things like cell phones, cars, stuff like that. But every 48 hours, they lose their memory of themselves and their friends and family surrounding them. They don't know why, so they have to keep reliving this to figure out why. I do understand how it happened and why, but the ending kind of confused me as to why that would happen to, why what happens to them. So, yeah, I did like it though. I found it interesting. She could be a crusty character though. What was her name? Charlize. Everybody called her Charlie. I like Silas. Silas was cool. But while reading this, you realize how unlikable of a character she was before she lost her memory. She was nasty. I could kind of see why, but she took it a little too far. So then I finished An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I gave this a 4 as well. This is about a girl who's, it's like, I wouldn't say Roman era, but it is fantasy. It's like in the desert. But they have catacombs. So it starts off with a girl whose family is being raided because her brother is being arrested for treason. Her area of where she lives is called the Scholars, and they're not allowed to read. She can read though. So she tries to get in with the rebellion that is trying to overthrow the empire. And so she does missions for the empire by infiltrating into this military school and trying to spy on them. Trying to spy on the military school so the rebellion can overthrow the empire in exchange for them getting her brother out of prison. There's the commandant of the military school is nasty, and her son it's called a mask, and they are the highest of, like, when you graduate from the school you become a mask, and you wear a mask that it kind of attaches to your face. And it's a very grueling schooling from the age of, I think, 5 or 6 to 18, including like 5 years out in the desert by yourself to survive. But the commandant is a very Hitler type character, and she's a piece of work. Yeah, so I gave this a 4. And then the last book I finished was Truth or Beard by Penny Reid. I finally got to it, and I kind of listened to this as I read along with the audiobook. I liked their accents. The narrators really made this book come to life. So yeah, I kind of listened to it for most of it. But I did follow along with the book. And yeah. There are a couple of funny parts, a couple of heartbreaking parts. So Jess moves back to town after college, 4 years away of college, only to save up enough money to pay off her debts and then start traveling the world. She's always been in love with Beau, and Beau is twins with Dwayne. Dwayne has been in love with her since they were kids. And when he finds out that she's coming back, he breaks all ties with his girlfriend, friends with benefits friend, so that he could be with her, with Jess. And then he finds out Jess is only there for a small time. So yeah, this is hilarious, but it's sweet. Dwayne is such a nice guy. Cletus is a little bit, I want to say autistic. I don't know if it's true, but it's just his way. Jethro's, yeah, we don't really meet Roscoe much and Billy, but yeah, it's hilarious. And then I found out that this is a spin-off of her other series. What was it called? Knitting. The series is about the sister that's in here, and she's in Chicago, and she's part of a knitting group. Knitting in the City is the series name, and the first book is Neanderthal Seeks Human. But this is a spin-off of that series. So I'm going to go back and read that series, because when you finally meet her sister in this book, you kind of think that you missed something. And then when I found out that it was a spin-off of that series, I kind of understood why you feel like you missed something. You can read this. It is a standalone book, part of an overarching series, but these are standalone. I'm one of those people that don't like reading things out of order, regardless if it's a standalone. So I will be going back and reading those if I can find them, because my library doesn't have them. So that's what I've finished reading. Currently reading. I'm reading 3, going to be starting a 4th. If I have time, another one. So I started reading Christina Lauren's In a Holidays. This is about like Groundhog Day at Christmas. She keeps reliving the same day over and over again because she asks the universe to show her how to be happy, or show her what's going to make her happy, because her and 2 other families get together every Christmas and celebrate Christmas. Her parents are divorced, but they still celebrate together. She is not caught, but she makes out with one of the brothers of another family when she likes the brother of him. And then at the very end of their stay, the parents of those 2 brothers say that they're going to have to sell the cabin that they all go to because it's just too much for them. And that's when she asks the universe, show me how to be happy. And so she's already relived 2 days, or she's on the 2nd day now. So she figures when she makes something wrong happen, that's when it kicks over again. So I don't know what is going to happen, but yeah, it's Groundhog Day at Christmas. Then this is, I think, book 4 of the series. I can't remember. Silverborn. Is book 5. And it's Silverborn by Patricia Briggs. It's Mercy Thompson. She's a shape-shifting coyote. She's mated. No, I can't say that. There's fae, shapeshifters, vampires, the whole lot. But she's a mechanic. She lives beside the alpha male of the werewolf clan. She does solve like problems. I can't really say too much about it. She is a badass, I'll say that. So yeah, this is book 5. And I love the tattoo on her back. It's gorgeous. And I've also started this. I'm wondering how it's going to fold into what it's going to be. But it is a swan song by Robert McCammon. And it's, he is the man with the scarlet eye, a malevolent force that feeds on the dark desires of the countless followers he has gathered into his service. His only desire is to find a special child named Swan and destroy her, but those who would protect the girl are determined to fight for what is left of the world and their souls, because the first chapter is the beginning of World War III. Nuclear bombs, the president, yada yada. So that's the only bit I've been able to read so far. It's almost a 1,000-page book. I'm not hoping to read it by Halloween. This is just, I wanted to read it around Halloween because I heard that it was, sorry, itchy nose, a good horror. So I'll probably be reading it past my birthday. And then what I'm going to be, I'm going to be listening to this, is The 12 Dates of Christmas by Susan Meyer. It is one of those quickie Harlequin reads. And I don't know what it's about, so... when entrepreneur Ricky Langley offers Eloise Vaughn the help she needs in exchange for her attending 12 Christmas parties as his date, she can't refuse. Yes, Ricky's handsome and devastatingly charming, but this is about business. If only her racing heart would get the message. And it's... Ricky has his own reasons for hating Christmas, but with each date that passes, Eloise opens his eyes to the spirit of the season and opens his heart to a totally different future. So there's that one. Hoopla had it by itself, and then all of a sudden it changed to a 4-pack book bundle. So it was originally an ebook, and now it's a audiobook. So if I finish any of those, all of them, whatever, I'll probably pick up City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare, book 5 in the Mortal Instruments series. I really want to get this series done. I have to purchase book 6 if I'm going to keep the series together. Yeah, I think everybody knows what it's about. It's been on BookTube so long. Yeah. I can't even remember most of it right now, to be honest. So, that is my week coming up. Hopefully our van is fixed this week. It's at the transmission shop right now, getting a new tranny. That has been a headache. My son's van has to get a part. We're waiting for a part to come in so he can fix that, because that's been a headache. Life just keeps getting better and better, right? Yeah, so sorry about the ums. Anyways, I will let you go. Let me know if you've read any of these, what you thought of them. I know I can't remember who posted that Swan Song was her favorite book. So I'm looking forward to reading it. And other than that, there's not much more to report. So I will talk to you later. And don't forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons. Bye.